you've heard the saying that time is our most important asset. And so my question to you is, are you time rich or are you time poor? Kind of a very interesting question. We know very well that we can get more money, but we can't get more time. And one of the things we have to learn how to do is how to be a little bit more intelligent in not just how we use our time, but intelligent in how we design our life in such a way that it produces a higher return, which I think should in some way be based on you getting back more time. I know that sounds a little bit confusing, so let me explain it this way. If you're working hard just to earn a living, then you're going to earn a living, but unfortunately your time is going to be dictated by other people. Someone once said, if you don't have goals, then you are bound to work and help other people make their own dreams become a reality. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but wouldn't it be nice if you could achieve your goals whilst helping other people achieve theirs? And so one of the things you've got to do is, rather than just work for a salary, work on a job just to earn a living, you try to design a life that has a plan. And one of those plans could easily be, I want freedom. I want financial freedom. Financial freedom does two things. It gives you time and money freedom. Now, both of those in some way are not mutually exclusive or inclusive. There's some people who are financially free and who are wealthy, but they're still time poor, because although they have the wealth, they don't have the time to do what they want to do, when they want to do it, where they want to do it, with whom they want to do it, because in a way they've designed their life in such a fashion that they still need to invest all of their time, all of their energy, all of their presence just to sustain that lifestyle. In other words, they're financially free, but perhaps in this case a lot of their income is active income. It's money they have to work for, and if they don't work, they don't earn. Others may have designed their life in a different way, using what's called leverage. The concept of leverage is very simple. Like a leverage on a fulcrum, it's your ability to do more with less. So you can use the leverage of other people's experiences, other people's knowledge, wisdom, other people's money, other people's time to help you fulfill a dream. In pursuing that path, one of the things you end up doing is creating what we call passive income. I prefer the word leveraged income because that's the source of most of what you earn. It comes through leverage. Passive sometimes can be a little bit misleading. Some people believe that you just sit down and do nothing. With leveraged income, as a definition, it simply means that maybe you start off putting in all the time yourself, and then you start to collaborate with other people, and then you start using leverage, and you get to the point where all this early foundational sacrifices you've made starts to pay off through the efforts and support of other people, and therefore you don't have to work because you need to. Now you get a choice to work because you want to. In other words, the income comes in, but you're using the leverage and resources of other people to keep that flowing, and doing that gives you time freedom. Now you have the time to do what you want to do. When you get to that point, we say that you're time rich. In other words, that you can use your time the way you want to use it, doing the things you want to do. And so one of the basic piece of advice that I could potentially give is, don't just work to earn a living. Try to design a life that will give you freedom, time and money freedom, so that you can spend your life and spend your time doing what excites you, what inspires you, what motivates you, and what brings out the best in you, what makes you fulfilled. It's a shame that at the end of an entire working life, most people would look back and say, I wish I had tried something different. I wish I had followed a different path. And for some people, maybe you have the obligations, the responsibilities, and so you can't just let go of a job. And that's not what I'm suggesting. All I'm simply saying is the first thing you must do is decide what you want. You've got to know what you want first. You see, desire is the unexpressed possibility of something within us, seeking to be expressed through us. So you start with desire and you just ask yourself, what would I really want to do? What kind of life would I really want to have? Now you might call it a fantasy. If that's what you call it, then welcome to the club. It means you and I will get along just fine. I believe in dreaming. I believe in fantasizing. Most people call it fantasies. I call it dreaming. So create a picture of who you want to be and what you want to do and the life you want to have. Once you've created that picture, you have to sit there and design that future. Stephen Covey said, begin with the end in mind. So start from the end, which is what you want, and then work backwards and ask yourself, who do I have to become to be worthy of having that future that I want? There's an interesting saying that I'm going to leave with you. Every future has a promise, but every promise comes with a price. So you have to ask yourself the same question that a lot of successful people have asked and answered. You know, there's a very famous person called H.L. Hunt. Back in the 1900s, he was the wealthiest man in the world. And one day someone stopped him and said, what is the key to success? And he responded, he says, the key to success is very simple, and there are only three keys. Number one, decide what you want. Number two, determine the price you will have to pay to get what you want. Number three, pay the price. Very simple. And so you have to decide what you want, write it down so it becomes a goal, and then design a plan to take you from where you are now to where you want to be. As you design the plan, what you find is that there will be obstacles on your way. Obstacles that are there to help you become that person in character who is deserving of that goal in the future. Designing a pathway for each obstacle you're going to have to overcome. In other words, you're designing a strategy. Once you've developed a strategy, it comes down to one single word: take action. One of the promises I tend to make to people is I say, well, if you believe it, you'll receive it. If you believe it and you design a plan and you're willing to work your plan every day, eventually, someday you're going to wake up and say, I am now in that future that I once wished for. So let me conclude by saying this. I want to wish you all the happiness and joy and success that you would want for yourself, but I also want to wish you a very rich life, not just in money, not just in happiness, but in time, so that you can spend your time doing what you want to do. This is meant to be a fascinating journey, an adventure through life. We only get one shot in this life, and time is meant to be a collection, a composition of all the experiences that we've had. So one of the things you and I have to do every day is go out and collect experiences. Some will be good, some will be bad, some will be indifferent, but all of them are like colors. And upon this canvas that we call our life, we use those colors to paint our masterpiece. I want to wish you the best.